you have overcome pornography and masturbation, but your partner is still dealing with them. Should I end the relationship and focus on myself, or should me and my partner continue to pray and seek God?
One more time.
What do I do in a relationship where you have overcome pornography and masturbation, but your partner is still dealing with them? Should I end the relationship and focus on myself, or should me and my partner continue to pray and seek God?
The good thing about that last part lets me know that they're not married. There's a big difference between being in a marriage with someone and being in a relationship with someone. I wish I knew the context, if it was a lady writing this or a man writing this.
It's humble days, so
I do both. Lust is such a powerful force that most people look at lust based upon the sex category or sexual or sensuality. Lust is just an overbearing desire for anything. Lust, overbearing desire for money is greed. And there's a lot of variations or titles based upon lust. But when it comes to pornography and sex, that person has to understand that if they're not in a marriage with them, the real question is are they in an engagement phase or whatever phase you're in, the relationship must be at a halt at the moment. Because that type of an addiction is so dangerous in a relationship, because now pornography gives you such a false reality of what sex is. Not love, we're talking about sex. So when people are looking at these people are professionals. Professionals, meaning that the average woman or man cannot do what these professionals can do. I can't even think about going and doing what LeBron can do. KD can do, Steph Curry. I can shoot, but it doesn't mean I could do it at their level. They're professionals. So when you're watching a certain level of, I wouldn't even call it excellency, but a certain level of performance, now you're getting your mind to think or build expectations and thinking, oh, my wife can do that. My husband can do that. And you found out last time she was in ballet was when she was 6. And now you're realizing that she is incapable. Now all of a sudden, your mind, everything's about the mind. Your mind is a framework. So you're programmed that your pleasure is off of these positions, but when this person is incapable, now you are incapable of being satisfied. People have expectations so high that porn pushes things towards, that when it's time to perform in it, now your wife feels insecure because now you're like, get off of me, this doesn't work, or you're seeking pleasure from somewhere else. Now listen, what they say? No, they don't even say this, but what I'm going to say is, don't expect a wife to be a porn star. Don't have because lust will give you expectations for your husband and for your wife that they cannot match. Lust will take you beyond the limits of love. Because love will say, there may be a Thursday night or a Friday night when your wife is tired and she's not going to want to. Lust says, I want what I want now. Love says, I got self-control. Because the Bible says the fruit of the Spirit, not the fruits of the Spirit. Meaning you can't have love without self-control. You can't have patience without kindness. All of those work together. And if you expecting to be patient with someone and you got lust in the compartment, you won't be able to satisfy. Lust will take you beyond the limits of God's barriers of love, and you'll build up expectations, and all of a sudden when that person doesn't meet your expectations, all of a sudden now the one you loved you're disgusted with. I tell that person, I would say to them, tell that person you love them, but I am incapable of helping you with the lust addiction. I am incapable, because you know what's going to happen? You're going to be at the house trying to have Bible study. That person's still dealing with lust. Listen, weak people will always bring you into weak places to satisfy their weaknesses every single time. The demons, the lust, the carnal emotions will always try to drift those who are patient, kind, and generous into places for them to be devoured. That's why it's just best to say, you know what? If you're a woman, I got a godmom. I got ladies in my church, be plugged in here. If you a man, if this woman is a woman, if this person is a woman and she's talking to a man, tell that man, listen, I can't help you. It may sting now that we have to break up, but I know that if you're meant for me, I'd rather for you to be brought back more sure and secured in that area than to still be so lustful. If you're married, you got to fight that thing through. If y'all boyfriend and girlfriend, man, break up. It's that simple. I say all that to say just to break up, because at the end of the day, it ain't gonna satisfy. But Josh, I love him. You got a lot of love in him. And if you don't got the capacity to match that love or match her love, you'll be left out of their love pursuit. That's all I gotta say about that one.